oils on cuts, cat scratches. Oh my God, how good they work on cat scratches. You know how you get a scratch and then the next day it's infected and you could go on for a week? Well, by putting some of the essential oil on the cat scratch, within like a couple of days, it's already healing, sometimes healed. So I've used it also on burns. It's excellent on burns, hard to heal wounds, sinus problems, athlete's foot. They're even used for emotional problems. All sorts of conditions and infections of all sorts. There's just so many that I don't have time to mention them all here, but I will be going through some of those in the video later on. Now, I know essential oils do work, and I know there are also side effects, which I want you to be aware of, because if you are unaware, you could do yourself or your family harm. Now, in the 1940s, there was a doctor called Jean Valent. He tried essential oils in the Second World War on the patients who were not doing well with gangrene. The oils worked so well that they became a treatment plan, and it was both used for medical and psychiatric problems. Now, the parts of the plant that can be used are like the flowers, the petals, the leaves, the roots, the seeds, the pods and the buds, and the twigs, and the fruit, and the peels. That's just a few of them, but just about all parts of the plants can be used to make essential oils. Now I'm going to go into some of the extraction methods. The most common ones used is the cold pressed and the steam distilled. Because if they're not cold pressed or steam distilled, that means if they've used too much heat in the process, that'll take away some of the beneficial and the therapeutic properties of the oils. Some of the oils are called absolute, and that means that they've used either a resin or some kind of a solvent in order to extract that oil. And sometimes it's not as good as steamed or cold pressed. The absolutes are usually stronger, they're more expensive, and depending on which solvent they used to extract it, you could have a reaction from the solvent that was used. Anytime you're going to use a mixture, always shake it, whether it's in oil or in water. Always shake it really well before spraying or applying. Now with this one demo, I wanted to show you the difference between essential oils or oil with alcohol in it, or an oil with water. Now I'll show you how it just doesn't mix. So now I don't know if you could see that the oil is kind of just floating there on the bottom. And here's the other one. So you can see that the oil is kind of just floating there. And now I will shake up the two, and you'll see the difference. And watch how quickly the one with the water, it separates really quickly. Like, I don't know if you could see it right now there, the one on your left is already separating. That tells you that oil and water just do not mix, and they do not mix for very long. You can see all the oil is just bubbling up there in the bottom. Try to bring it up closer so that you can see. So that's the little demo of the difference between alcohol and water. There are some essential oils that you can use neat, and that means don't have to be diluted, but not many. And you should find out for yourself and read about the oil before you use it, because some you should not put on unless they are diluted with another oil. Now the essential oils are divided into top, middle, and base. The top meaning that it evaporates more quickly, it's absorbed into the skin faster, it's the first one that your nose usually detects first, and it's usually lighter, fresher smelling aroma, and the shelf life is not as long as the other two. The middle note is the balance between the top and the base. It could be either calming or stimulating, whichever one your body needs at the time, and it usually has a little bit longer shelf life. Now the base note is slow to evaporate. It's more difficult for your system to absorb it, and it has a deeper penetration though, which makes it better, and it's the shelf life is way longer. In the 1800s, when the doctors used to make house calls, they were protecting themselves even then from infectious diseases, because when they went to visit any of the families and there was an infectious disease broken out, they would put either a herb or an oil in either the top of their cane or in their handkerchief or in a little sash, and they would have a little smell of that before they entered the house, and that was to protect themselves. Now essential oils are concentrated and very potent and very strong smelling. To give you an example, I'll pick on rose. There are about 10,000 species of roses. It takes about 30 roses to get one drop of Bulgarian Rosado, and it takes about 60,000 roses to make 1 ounce. Only 1 ounce. 60,000 roses. That's why essential oils need to be diluted. Now here I have, I'll be starting a chapter on carrier oils. This one here is wheat germ. I will bring it right up so that you can see it. Wheat germ oil is a natural antioxidant, which means it has excellent preservative qualities. And the shelf life on it is very good, and that's why just a little bit of this in another carrier oil will help its longevity. The color is dark brown, and it does stain clothing, so that's another reason why we don't use this one here very much. It overpowers essential oils, but it is good to mix in with a blend, and it is good for the skin as well. Now olive oil, there's virgin, extra virgin. I'm not really going to go into too much of that, but it does have a bit of a strong smell, and it could be overpowering, so you don't really use it too much with essential oils. But it is an emollient for the skin, and it can be calming, and it is very greasy for massage, so we don't really use it that much in massage or in the aromatherapy industry. I'm just going to do a little blurb on the castor oil. I use castor oil a lot in some of the therapeutic blends. It's not very good for massage because, as you could, I don't know if you can see, but it's like very thick. But castor oil has been used for many years, and it's really good. Now this next one is holly oil. It was used a lot by massage therapists. As you can see, it's very clear, very nice consistency. It doesn't stain clothing. It's got a very long shelf life. It's not too expensive, but it's made from the branches of the holly plant, which is said to be poisonous. So for that reason, I wouldn't be using it much. Now the grapeseed oil we used a lot at the college for massage, because if you're allergic to nuts, it was made out of grape seed, so it was better to use. So I'll give you a really close-up look here. It's got a pale green color. The odor is weak. It's got a very good shelf life. It can be used undiluted. It can stain clothing, and it does sometimes not come out of the clothes after a wash. It is inexpensive, and of course, because of the allergy problems, this is a good oil to use. Now this oil is called jojoba. This is a clear one. There is one that is not quite as clear. This one has got a very long shelf life. It doesn't. The odor is not bad. The smooth. It's good for massage, but it is very expensive. So a lot of the therapists do not use it. But it's very good to mix with perfume or any oils that you want to mix with essential oils and put onto your skin. Now the coconut oils I will put here. These are they're processed to take the strong odor out, and the oil is my favorite because of its long shelf life. It doesn't stain the clothes, and it does wash out of clothing. So, and it doesn't change the smell of blends. Like if you use it for perfume oil or in massage blends, whatever essential oil you put in stays in there. This oil does not take over in that. It's a very good emollient, and it doesn't clog the pores. Now this one here is fractionated, which means that heat was used in the processing method. So, but it's very good for mixing where you need an oily consistency. Like I like to use it for perfumes or anything that you want to pour out of a bottle. And the unfractionated, which is this one, means that it turns hard when it's cold. And at room temperature in the wintertime, it'll be hard like this. And but there's not much of a scent to it, and it is a very good oil for massage. And of course my personal favorite, and the one that you can buy organically even from the food stores is a lot like this, and you can use it in frying and in cooking, which is very good for you as well. Now I will get into some of the properties and benefits of using essential oils that I have chosen, because many of you are probably already using essential oils but are unaware that you could be doing yourself or your family harm. So again, I can't stress enough. Either take a course, and this is not a course. This is just information for you to be safe. So either find an aromatherapist or learn the essential oils yourself. Whatever oil you want to use, learn everything that you can about it before you use it. Now essential oils have been used in carrier oils, in creams, in compresses, and vaporizers, diffusers, sprays, ointments, in baths, suppositories, and ingested. And that's just a few. All essential oils are antibacterial. That means they all kill bacteria. Some have properties of fungal, antivirus, there's antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, and that's just to name a few of the properties. And I will go into a lot of those later, the certain properties with the certain oils later on in the video. Now heat and light can destroy some of the properties of the essential oils, and that's why a lot of the essential oils are put into dark bottles. Now here is a list of the oils that I will be doing in this video. Now all the essential oils that I will be going through, I will be giving you the botanical name, the note, the part of the plant that is used, and what it smells like.